touch of fear, but the fear was masked well, he thought, balanced with a sense of purpose. Airman Mortensen shook his head at the idea of the virgin question. It had popped into his mind a lot lately, and he wished it would go away. He was sick of thinking about it. It was just something to get over, like a cold. Only different. One of the heavy latrine doors swished open, and Airman Mortensen twitched into a working posture as the first sergeant walked in and stood quietly, letting the door shut behind him like a vacuum. He was flat-footed and erect, his legs slightly apart. His small, intelligent eyes sized up the situation. He looked official in the neatly pressed blue shirt and trousers and tie. He reminded Airman Mortensen of a seasoned manservant. The first sergeant cut no slack, but there was a fairness about him which was reassuring. He had taken Airman Mortensen aside when he first started in the latrines and told him to watch his step. The latrine duty was a setup, he said. The disobeyed order was a chicken shit rap, and they put him in the latrines hoping that he would snap and do a bigger crime. Airman Mortensen was glad for this information, but they were still adversaries. It was only natural that, from the beginning, he would try to fuck off, and the first sergeant would try to catch him at it. The top kick stepped quietly to a sink and brushed at it with a freckled hand. Then he spoke, his soft voice echoing off the tiled walls. "You're behind." "I'm going to be behind all day." The first sergeant lowered his voice even more. "Then I'm going to be on your ass all day, Mortensen." Airman Mortensen sighed. "The goddamn dust is everywhere, Sarge. What can I do about that? I can't stop it." The first sergeant thought about the dust. For a moment he watched it float in front of his face. "There's a telephone call for you in the GQ." "Who is it?" "How the fuck am I supposed to know?" "Can I answer it?" The first sergeant stared at Airman Mortensen, amazed and disgusted. "Why do you think I came all the way up here?" He stepped aside and let the latrine king pass through the door. Chapter 2. Unlike most of the soldiers, Airman Mortensen had civilian friends. One of them was on the telephone, calling from town. He had found the girl. Airman Mortensen didn't say anything at first. Then he asked, "What girl?" "The girl you wanted me to find, butthole, the one from the dance." "Pat? The German girl?" "Yeah, I found her. And guess what?" "What?" "She lives on base. Her dad's an NCO." "No shit?" "No shit, I got the number." She was someone he didn't know. A few weeks back they danced all night at the Bricklayers' Hall downtown. That didn't happen often at those dances. The girls were usually too nervous to stick with one guy the whole night. Airman Mortensen had been nervous too. He hadn't said much. She had an accent. He'd asked her about that, and she said it was German. She was small and had dark hair. She knew he was in the Air Force, otherwise they only talked about the songs after each dance. But there was a pull between them that everyone noted. Even Airman Mortensen's friends had kidded him about dancing all night with a small, dark girl. Somehow he lost her when the dance broke up. He searched the kids who were hanging around in the parking lot. He cruised the drive-ins and a couple of walk-in restaurants, but she had disappeared. In the days that followed, he took the extraordinary step of putting the word out to his civilian friends. He really wanted to find that Pat girl. He really liked her. Now she'd been found, and she was on the base, right under his nose. Airman Mortensen mulled it over in the GQ's office. There were some things to consider. Should he call her now or wait till nighttime? What should he say? Would she remember him? Was the whole idea crazy? He came full circle and decided to phone. The other end rang several times before someone answered. It was her. And it was easier than he could have imagined. She remembered him. She was glad he had called. When he said he'd been looking for her, she seemed pleased. When he said he'd like to see her, she answered with an echo. "I'd like to see you too." When he said, "How about tonight?" there was silence. Then she said, "All right."